Hi, sir. We are unable to hear you. No, we are not. Yes, no, we are not.
Are you able to hear me now?
Yes, absolutely clear.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, everyone. I hope you are doing great. Welcome to Friday review, market review with me and Souradeep. Unfortunately, or fortunately, Souradeep is not there today with us because he's not well. So I have an opportunity to spend 1 full hour with all of you. So the way we are going to structure the discussion is that first 15 minutes, let's talk about what's happening in the market. Last week, what has happened, maybe touch on to a few things which may be relevant for you to participate next week. You know that I don't share stock ideas for next week. That's Souradeep's domain. Unfortunately, we're going to miss it, but for sure he's going to share his stock ideas for next week over StockEdge Club or TMP, wherever you are. So today I'm going to discuss for first 15 minutes about the market, and then I will try to take questions because what has happened in the market last week, I'm sure that a lot of you have a lot of queries which needs to be resolved. So I'm going to try my best to answer a couple of questions which may be relevant for you. But before that, before I start, let me congratulate all of you for being part of this lovely StockEdge family which we are trying to build. And I'm very glad that this week we have launched the first version of StockEdge Social. StockEdge Social is a platform which is turning out to be one of my favorite platform, which will help me to connect with each one of family member together. And we're going to start, we have started this with first with StockEdge Club members. So I'm requesting all the StockEdge Club members who are already part of StockEdgeClub.com to get into social.stockage.com, because that will give us more power to interact with you, especially because StockEdge Social has mobile application. Right now we have launched it in Android, but eventually we will also launch it in Apple. It's just a matter of days. We have already given to Apple for submission. Let's see when do they approve, and we will launch in Apple very soon. The advantage of StockEdge Social is that today we have StockEdge Club members, and then eventually we will open it up to other subscribers of StockEdge. So my fellow friends who are just StockEdge Premium members, you will also become part of StockEdge Social very soon, obviously with limited feature access. And then we will open it up to all the StockEdge members. So eventually this 1 million family members of StockEdge will become part of StockEdge Social, so that we all learn and analyze and have access to data together and live this life of financial market happily. Happily or not, market has not been very happy last week. It has given such glorious reasons to be happy in last 2 to 3 months since the small cap and mid caps were going up. This week, market has been quite tough on us. Obviously, a lot of us would have booked some losses. I also booked some losses, but at no point of time you can see my expressions tense and I'm worried about it, because I made overall money in this whole rally of small cap and mid cap, and if I have to give some back to the market, I should not be worried. Yes, if you came late into the party and when you came and that's where the fall happened, unfortunately it's bad luck, but don't worry, if the process is correct, you will recover that loss. So first thing first, in the market, never be worried about anything, and booking loss should always give smile on your face. Never be worried about anything, because loss से डर गए तो फिर मार्केट के अंदर में रहना बहुत मुश्किल है. All right, let me switch off my webcam. Let me share my screen. I'm sure people have queries, but hold on to your queries. Pehla 15 minutes, let me just 10-15 minutes, let me set the context of the market set for all of us, so that we have more productive discussion after 10 to 15 minutes. All right, so this is market. This is Ganesh Ji dollar, and this is what Nifty is doing. So Nifty has already crossed this all-time high level, and now it's trading at an all-time high at 16,500. So nothing wrong with the market. Market is still intact, going teji, and we already discussed this, that till dollar index is below 93, there is no reason to be worried. And Every time dollar index goes up, it goes down, goes up, goes down. So typically looks like dollar index is making double top around 93, and the below levels it is still 90. So 90 to 93 is the range where dollar index is there. So I don't see a reason to worry as far as Nifty is concerned. Obviously, small caps have corrected. Again, I'm repeating the same thing, but that is how the market construct is. If things go up fast, it has to correct as well. And that's what happened with small caps. So this is Nifty pretty much intact. If you look at the other assets like gold, corrected, but not an area of concern. Possibly the gold will always also recover from here because still dollar is below 93. There is no reason to be worried of. Metals are very strong. There is no problem with metals at all. So you look at zinc, strong. Look at copper. There is no sign of copper showing any weakness. And look at what US 10-year yield is doing. US 10-year yield is hovering around these levels, 1.35, 1.6. It went higher, 1.75. So if US 10-year yield is around these levels, 1.25 to 1.75, it's okay because the 10-year yield has to cool down because it corrected and now it has to cool down. So the problem, no problem. Market should remain strong. Small caps, mid caps can recover from here. It did show a correction, but now it looks like the small cap and mid cap may continue with the rally once again. So market is not in a position to correct. But having said that, if dollar index goes above 93 and stays there for some time, we may see some kind of a correction because obviously market is overheated. Let's not deny that market is overheated. It's expensive, although earnings are catching up, but market definitely is overheated. So there could be a touch of correction, but then we can't go short in the market. That is for sure. Never try to go short in this market because there's enough liquidity and there is enough reasons for market to continue to go up. So I suggest that stay long, but whenever you see any sign of weakness, when dollar goes up and market starts correcting below these levels, 15,900 or so, then probably square up your trade. Stocks, let's talk about sectors. So, the sector IT still continues to do good. We have been talking about this since long time. Look at the way IT is performing here. Since every Friday we talk about it and IT has been strong. So there is no reason why you should not be positive on IT stocks. And there are enough mid-cap IT stocks which still are looking good, even though they may sound like expensive, but they're still looking good. We will check a couple of them. FMCG, India is a growth story. FMCG can never fall. Although it may remain lackluster, may not show a handsome outperformance vis-a-vis Nifty, but stock-specific actions in FMCG will always be there. CNX Finance ideally should have done very good, but the problem with this is the private banks are still waiting to fire guns. So if private banks they don't perform, then obviously finance will not perform. PSU banks they can never be the leader, because no one wants to put money in PSU banks. So they can never be the leader of the rally. Private banks have to start firing guns, which they are not doing. And NBFCs are definitely doing good, but there will always be a touch of apprehension in NBFC sector. Metals are doing good because globally all metals are doing good. So any corrections in metal stocks is always an opportunity to buy them. But it's not for weak hearts. These are the volatility which can snatch you big time. So you will have to be very careful with the stocks you are invested in. Reality is a surprise. I mean, it is taking some time to sustain that movement which I was expecting because of the breakout. It gave almost a 12-year breakout it gave. So maybe it will cool off here, but the biasness is always positive in reality. I think this sector should continue to outperform. And media, I don't trust. I don't trust this sector because it's a most unpredictable sector. I've never been able to make money in this sector. So by and large, week on week, we are probably trying to draw the same conclusion that metals and IT are leading the show and other sectors were laggards. they may join the party soon, but doesn't look like that they're in a hurry to join the party. Okay, let's talk about small cap. What is happening with the small cap index? So look at the movement this index has given, almost 3 times it has grown. So obviously you should expect some kind of a correction. It is still very strong. So I'm not sure how quickly it will breach its all-time high. Very, very high chance that the money will now move away from small cap and park itself in large cap, because when the market gets into such a high risk zone, market has this habit of parking in safer assets. So my humble submission is that look out for Nifty 50 stocks which are showing strength, and try to now trade or invest in these stocks. I mean, you can just see the list of stocks which are outperforming the market right now, and the safer bet will be to put your money in these stocks. Okay, HCL Tech or L&T, and these stocks are the ones who once start a momentum of buying, there is a possibility of these stocks continuing with that momentum, because these are heavy stocks. So it's very difficult to see the reversal in these stocks on on a very fast basis. So my humble submission is that look at Nifty 50 and Nifty Next 50, which is junior Nifty, right? Or you can look at these NSE 200 stock lists and focus on these stocks only, because these are the top 200 stocks as per market cap is concerned. And these stocks specifically, you can look at the sectors which are looking strong. So because IT is looking strong, so look out for stocks in IT which are showing the good strength. Let's go to IT. Let's see the stocks here. So TCS has given a breakout. Every time it comes down, there is a fair bit of support coming. It is RS positive. This is a weekly chart. Okay, let's go to a daily chart. Sorry. Let's go to the daily chart, because for stock swing, it's always better to look at the daily chart. So let's go to sector indices. Anyone who wants this ready-made watch list from me, feel free to send an email to me at vivek@stockedge.com. I will make sure that I do send you these ready-made watch lists, which I already have. Okay, let's go to IT and see what's happening there. Which stock could be the one where you would still like to put money on? So look at TCS chart. Wow, this is beauty. Already given a swing, broken the swing high. Now it is RS has become positive also. I'm also trying one more thing. I've added moving average 55 as part of RS. You can see generally I don't use moving average, but I've added RS 55 as a moving average just to see if I can get an early indication. So I can't give you for sure that this is proven, but whenever RS goes above this moving average and RSI is above 50, probably this is also a good time to buy, because by the time this stock goes above 50, above 0 RS, it loses some movement already, and now market is giving us very small room for error or margin of safety. So if we can identify stocks before RS has gone above 0, I think we may in for decent movement. So start tracking this. I've not traded yet based on this. I'm still following the old model where if RS goes above 0 and price gives breakout, I enter. But you can start tracking it if you also want. So TCS looks interesting. HCL Tech, see, the moment it became RS above 0 and the breakout above this level, it was always interesting stock. Okay, Wipro has been strong for a long time now, and you see the beauty of RS is that it corrects, it takes support around this RS 0 and it starts going up, and RS moving average is also up. So Wipro is also positive for me. Infosys is also positive. So these stocks will continue to remain positive. Okay, these are main leading stocks who contribute to the index, IT index. Look at the movement. Once these stocks are above RS and given a breakout, there is no reason why you should worry about these stocks. All you need to do is put an effort, identify the right stocks, and lead those rallies in those right stocks. And if you don't want to restrict to only limited stocks, you can go to NSE 200 list. I have categorized these lists based on index stocks. I can share this with you. Don't worry. You just send me an email. I'll share with you. You see there are more stocks which are here. In fact, if you want NSE 500 list, I can send you also that. Here you will see more stocks, IT stocks, among the NSE 500 stocks, and you may like to see those stocks. So yeah, so these are the list of NSE 500 stocks which are part of. Unfortunately, Vakrangi is also part of IT. That's a classification given by exchange. Unfortunately, that's not true. So you can see all the stocks here on IT, and whichever stock you feel, the best way to trade the stock is when the stock is available at a demand zone, okay, and RS end of the day is still zero, above zero, but 2-hourly RS is just trying to recover. So Kind is obviously not the stock which you want to see right now. Let's see some other stock. This also I will not see. OFSS, Oracle Finance. Oh, this is one stock which I've been talking about it in my Twitter handle everywhere. This I identified here. If you know, I've highlighted in StockEdge Club also multiple times. OFSS. So OFSS. So my role is to identify stocks for you and give it to you. I mean, obviously you will have to do your own risk management, money management. So see, I identified this stock 4 weeks ago, and it has done fairly good. I identified when it crossed this 4600 or so, and it has done fairly good. It went high. Now I'm still holding on to this stock. There is no reason why I should be worried, because 2-hourly chart is also positive, and end of the day RS is also giving me positive. So I'm holding on to this stock. So OFSS could be one stock you should look at. Coforge has gone negative in a shorter tenure 2-hourly chart. First Source Solution is again, the RS is still negative in 2-hourly. So I'll wait for this to become positive. This is interesting, Emphasis. So I would like to buy Emphasis because here it's almost near the support of RS. Super trend is positive, so everything looks good to me. So I will buy Emphasis. And Birlasoft looks good, super trend positive, and RS is above zero. So guys who don't understand this model, I have already shared this model in my YouTube channel, session number 31, free of cost for everyone. So if you can have a look at it, you will definitely understand this process quite well. Larsen and Toubro Infotech. So look at this chart, fantastic. So how I deal with this is that, these stocks have already gone up. So I will not invest 100% of my capital if I'm going new. I will invest probably 20%. Say if I want to allocate a lakh of rupee in this stock, I will probably put 20,000 bucks. And if it goes down, I will allocate another 20,000 till this end of the day RS is above zero. If this is above zero, that means the stock is still strong, and the possibility of the reversal on this stock is high. So I'll keep on averaging till the RS is above zero. If the RS goes below zero, then obviously I will be smart enough to execute and exit the trade very fast. Tech Mahindra is still looking good. So obviously I will try to buy the stock where it is nearest to RS0 and nearest to super trend, like Mindtree is showing that kind of a formation. So I will buy this stock. So look at the sector which is showing strength, and look out the stocks which are positive on a 2-hourly basis, and participate in those stocks. That's the simplest model which I have developed for myself, and it is working fine. Yes, I have booked losses this week. Out of my position, I would probably say that 20-25% of my trades I have booked losses. It's fine because my losses were small enough, and overall my return is good enough, so I'm not worried about it. I'm still tracking those stocks where I have positions. For example, right now, these are the stocks where I have positions. Okay, KPIT, okay, KPIT. Okay, so these are the stocks where I have positions. So the way I do it is, whenever I see a negative in a stock, like for example Prestige, it has still not, so super trend has still not shown me negative sign, although RS has gone below zero. So I'll wait. If suppose super trend goes below zero, negative, and this also goes below zero, I will exit. Okay, no sell. Let's see, no sell. no sell. So there are some stocks which are for longer swings, and there are some stocks which are for shorter tenure swings. No sell is for a longer tenure. So here I'll wait for this to go below zero before I exit the stock. PTC, again PTC, I will exit based on this. So my RS is still around zero, so I have not exited the stock. IFL Securities, RS is still around zero. So there are some stocks where I'm exiting because those were part of my shorter swings, and some stocks which are part of my longer swings where I've entered at a lower level. For example, IFL, I entered here at breakout of 80. And yes, I did see a rise of 125, but it has come down to 100, which is fine, because I will not exit the stock just because it has corrected from here to here. I'm still holding on because my square up trade is when it goes below this. So a longer tenure stocks, longer swing stocks, I look at daily chart, and for the shorter swings, I look at 2-hourly chart to exit my trade. So there are some stocks where I've already exited the states, and there are some stocks where still I have position because of my longer swing. So at the end of the day, I see that I make money every day. There are seldom few days when I don't make money, where I basically when I've squared up my trades. So my modus operandi of trading in the market is I have a list of stocks which I'm regularly following, and those list of stocks could be from Eagle Scan, it could be from other scans like GSR Scan which I've developed, and these scans will help me to identify stocks which should be part of my regular tracking. So these are the stocks which are part of my regular tracking, and whenever I see any action happening in these stocks, I will execute the trade based on my money management. For example, Trident, which I've been asking people to look at, I identify the stocks, this stock when it gave a breakout from this level. Now, since then, I'm holding it. Yes, it did correct, but I'm not worried because my RS is still above zero. So I am holding on to this stock because it's a longer swing stock which I'm holding. So I'm not worried to square up my trade so early. So if you follow that RS model in true spirit, you will not be under pressure to square up your trade. Okay. But if you just look at the price action going up, down, up, down, up, down, obviously you will feel that pressure because your mind will try to create that negative pressure inside your mind, right? So follow a model, trust that model. Possibly you will not make money in this model this first time. Possibly you will make money, whatever be the case. Trust the model which you have created for yourself and follow that model. That is the whole objective of, having a trained executed model for yourself, and I'm sure that if you follow it religiously, you will emerge as a winner in market for a longer tenure. Okay, so this is what I wanted to discuss with you guys. As I said, please, okay, Hardik Bhai has changed the avatar, so let me just give him a vote. There are few things which we are already planning in StockEdge Social. I mean, this is just the first draft which we wanted to move, take you away from StockEdge Club to StockEdge Social. So the beauty of StockEdge Social is that you can add stocks as your watch list. So suppose you are tracking a stock, say OFSS, okay? So you can follow OFSS. So if anyone, and you can get notification. So if anyone talks about the stocks, you will get a notification here, and you can see what discussion people are doing. So there are a lot of enhancements which we have done in StockEdge Social, and the app is super sexy. So you should download the app, start using the app. This is one community which will add so much value in your overall market participation that you will not like to leave this community. Okay, this we are trying to add as much as data as possible in the club itself, in the social platform itself, so that you can track those stocks in real market in this platform itself. Right now the prices are around 15 minutes delay, but we have started working on the process of making it as live as possible for you. So start using StockEdge Social, and keep giving us feedback. The way you can give us feedback is go to your login, give a feedback, whatever feedback you want to give, just give a feedback and send it to us. We have very efficient team which are working on to improve the experience as much as possible. All right, so now I will open it up for a few questions, stock specific or non-stock specific. I'm happy to take questions. Okay, Karthik is saying for a watch list, it would be better to sort the stock as per price increase, decrease. Sure, we will look into it. Although our architecture doesn't support sorting facility, we are working on few things. I hope we'll be able to do that, Karthik. Okay, Sumit is saying that, sir, if I want to take new entry, can we take new entry with strict stop loss or and less quantity? Yes, you can do that. You can take new entry with a strict stop loss and less quantity. Uh, any plan to add export feature on StockEdge combo scan? Yes, we are working on it. So export feature, export CSV of combo as well as normal scan is already in development. If God is kind, we should be able to give you by this month end, but I don't promise. We are trying our best to give it to you because even I want it. So that the request is already there with the team, so they are working hard on it. Praveen is saying StockEdge Club and StockEdge Social is one and the same. Well, StockEdge Club is one of the feature of StockEdge, one of the plan of StockEdge. So if you go to stockedge.com, you will see a plan called StockEdge Club where you get to know what are the things we are offering in the club. Till date, StockEdgeClub.com was a separate product. Now we have discontinued StockEdgeClub.com. Most likely by this weekend we will remove this, and we have converted that into social.stockedge.com, which will help us to offer this platform to multiple people beyond StockEdge Club members. Okay, so StockEdge Club is a product and StockEdge Social is a platform. Okay. Sir, in the YouTube channel, you shown RS strength 55, and now you discuss, please guide. Well, Sachin, my YouTube channel 55 was the one which I was following. 10 I was never following. It was there. It didn't have any purpose. But now I'm trying with 55 and seeing whether it adds any value to the analysis. You have to understand that even I am evolving myself, even I am trying to learn, even I'm trying to find out new things. Okay, because market is complicated, it will keep on evolving. So if I don't evolve, obviously I will become defunct. So one of the things which I'm adding is, let me try and see 55 is relevant for me or not, and if it is relevant, I will probably add that as part of my model. Okay. Okay, Shubham is asking question on Motilal Oswal. So let's go to Motilal Oswal stock. Unfortunately, this is one of the stock where I had to exit because of stop loss, but I was very happy that I exited this stock at the right stop loss, because this was part of my long shorter swing, and I exited the stock here, and I entered the stock in this breakout zone, which was here, which was around 950, and I exited right here when the price got below, right, 930. So yes, I did incur a loss here, but that's okay. But what is happening now with Motilal is that the RS end of the day has gone below zero. So until RS end of the day starts going up, I am not going to buy this stock. All right, I want this thing at least to go up before I buy this stock. How was your vacation, Ranadeep? Thank you. It was great. How do I look? I'm sure I look more fresh. And so I spent around 3 nights in Chiakutte, which is near Darjeeling. And what a lovely weather. It really was a respite from this gruesome, awesome time which we all were going through. It was a good change for the kids. What is your opinion on GR Infra project? Okay, I'll give that. Guys, I have small request. Please consider these opinions to be a way to analyze the market. Okay, don't give weightage to my opinion, because I don't want it to be that way. I want you to do your own homework. Now, this stock GR Infra project, it doesn't have a lot of price data because this stock is newly listed. So we have to rely on the fundamentals of this stock. So let us go to fundamentals. So let us go to stockage.com. Looks like there is some problem. Okay, GR Infra. So you see the stock doesn't have very old data. It's a newly listed stock. It's an engineering company, 16,000 crore market cap, 98 is a P. P is 16. Industry P is pretty good. So good. Book value is 424 and the stock is trading at 1664. So that means 3.9 is the price to book, which is not very low. It's into road construction, procurement and EPC projects. Okay. Okay. And diversified into project in the railway sector. Okay, interesting. Delivery wise, the stock has a delivery of 35,000, 80,000. So not very liquid stock. The stock is okay. Look at the return on equity, not bad. Infra company, okay. Return on asset is not bad. Shareholder capital is also growing. Obviously, IPO is there, so shareholder capital will grow. Equity base is also growing. Sales is also growing nice. Income is growing. Expenditure is, so your PAT is also growing. This looks a very interesting company. Good track record. Cash from operation is negative. That is the area of concern. If you consider consolidated, but if you consider it standalone, cash from operation is positive, but it has gone down. I think because of COVID, this has happened. So promoter 86% stake. Okay, that's interesting. Okay. So the stock apparently, because compared to other peer group, the stock apparently doesn't look very expensive. And in terms of financials, the only problem is cash flow. Otherwise, in terms of financials, order book is definitely there. So that's not an area of concern either. So I think the margin of safety is decent in this company. So if you are holding it as a delivery, Anandji, you can hold it because I don't see a lot of downside in this, considering the infrastructure projects will now come and the growth will happen. So I don't see a downside in this company. Okay, view on Bharti Airtel. So let's Bharti Airtel. I've been positive. I've recorded a video also where I talked about ITC and Bharti Airtel. If you have missed that video, you can see my YouTube channel. I've recorded a video that I see a moonshot in Bharti and ITC now. So look at this. So this is what I will, this is what I'm trying to do is, this 55 period moving average. I'm trying to see whether it also helps me to take a position, because I would have missed a very significant move in Bharti because it took us time to get into RS positive zone. But nonetheless, assuming that we get it here, so that means breakout here. So we got it here. So I'm very bullish on Bharti now. I mean, this is not now. I've been, I recorded a video in YouTube where I talked about ITC and Bharti. So better to stay positive in this stock. Can you give more ideas on creating combo scan? Ankit is asking, can you give more idea on combination scan? See, I tell you, combo scan is like a white canvas, okay? And it's a creativity which you have to decide. Very frankly, see, this is one combo which I created. Strongly outperforming benchmark index, high return on equity, consistent cash flow operation. Consistent cash flow operation, moderate P, low P. Now it's just the creativity which came into my mind. कई बार क्या होता है ना, for creativity you want limited brush. अगर मैं आपको हजारों brush दे दूंगा, then you will get so much confused and you will end up making a lot of mistakes. So what we intentionally did is that, okay, let's give it a limited set of data points which you can use to create combinations, and that helps you to create that fantastic art. Okay, So, I get these stocks which are good, strong, and reasonably good stocks. Okay, so there are so many combinations which I keep on trying. Some work, some doesn't work, and the one which works, I then make it part of the strategy. So you will see a strategy section where I'll keep on adding these stocks, these combinations here, and you can use these as well if you want to use ready-made strategy. And I've also shared with you this list of scans which I've used. Okay, so nothing that I've kept it clandestine. सब कुछ मैंने open कर दिया है. So just just go through all these what we have created and see the logic why we have created, and you will love to create it on your own. Don't get into that mindset कि जैसे financial improvement है, तो मेरे को लगा कि एक ऐसा बनाना चाहिए जिसपे लग रहा हो कि कंपनी इंप्रूव कर रही है. Return on equity, quarterly net profit. So these are the stocks which are improving. Let's remove the major stocks. Let's only add, say, NSE stocks. Okay, and let me add only current period. That means latest financial results के हिसाब से जो company improve कर रही है उसी को दिखाएगा. So just apply this and see the stocks. So there is no perfect match, but we have these companies called 21st Century, DCM, Dollar Industries, Larsen & Toubro Infotech. These are the companies which are almost there, who have shown improvement in financials in last quarter. ये stocks best हैं. अगर ये गिरेंगे तो यही stock बढ़ेंगे, तो आप इनके अंदर में पोजीशन को रखिए. जैसे एक stock है ये हिकल. Now हिकल, look at the chart of हिकल, crazy. अगर आप इन stocks को देखते और आरएस को फॉलो करते, तो यहाँ हिकल ने यहाँ पर ब्रेकआउट दे दिया था इस लेवल पे 204 पे, और ये स्टॉक अभी 700 रुपए में. सिंपल आरएस फॉर्मूला, and the stock did give a fundamental moonshot in previous to previous quarter, और तब से ये स्टॉक यहाँ पर दिखा रहा है. Okay, look at this stock, UTI Asset Management. Okay, let's take. तो UTI Asset Management में भी कहानी देखिए कि आरएस इसका कब से पॉजिटिव पड़ा है, ब्रेकआउट यहां से हुआ, उसके बाद से ये स्ट्रॉन्ग स्टॉक है, और फंडामेंटली भी ये स्टॉक कंटिन्यूअसली आउट परफॉर्म कर रहा है बिकॉज ऑफ द financial performance of this stock as reflected in this scan. So create your own 2-3 scans which you feel are good scan, which you feel comfortable. अब मैं अगर create करके आपको दे दूंगा तो फिर वही बात हो गई कि मैंने केक दे दिया बना के. That's not the whole logic. My logic is very simple in StockEdge family, that you become so empowered that tomorrow you need not need us. Although you may prefer to be with us forever, but आप इतने strong हो जाएं कि आपको हमारी requirement ही ना हो. तो आप please canvas draw करिए, and Ankit bhai, in case you are stuck anywhere, we are always there. Vivek@stockedge.com is always there for you. StockEdge Club, StockEdge Social is always there for you. Okay, Praveen Mali is new in StockEdge Club. Please visit social.stockedge.com. You will get full understanding of what we are doing. Please take full advantage of what we are doing. Are there some ready combination scans? Obviously, Anurag, you see, go to strategies, and in strategies, we have developed a lot of ready combination scans. Use these scans for your advantage. Learn what we have done and try to do it better work. We are not saying that we are best in what we are doing. हमसे बेटर शायद आप निकल सकते हैं, बट खाली आपको इसमें इन्वॉल्व होना पड़ेगा. Okay, Vipin bhai is asking. Okay, Vipin, by the way, my brother's name is also Vipin, so you are special for me. Vipin is asking your view on specialty chem and BBTC. What is BBTC? Just a minute. Bombay Brewery, what? Just a minute. Am I? Oh, and now, I mean, what view should I give in this stock? Tell me. The stock has already gone below its strength. It is not a strong performing stock, but fundamentally, if you want to take a view on the stock and go contrarian, then these are the good levels to try to go contrarian in this stock. But strength wise, it is still a weak stock. So my humble submission to you is that if this stock has to reverse, it has to show strength. in 2-hourly chart. Otherwise, it will not reverse satisfactorily. So wait for this reversal in 2-hourly chart. You may still like to take a bet on EOD chart and not invest, or maybe invest, but 2-hourly chart is a bare minimum one should look at to get a confirmation of reversal in any stock. Okay. India VIX and dollar. Well, India VIX and dollar are, if dollar goes up, VIX typically will go up. If dollar goes down, VIX will go down. But there is no clear relationship. So don't try to put that relationship in hand. In fact, US Chicago VIX and India VIX is still related. You can still estimate them, but I don't think so. You should try to make an estimate. Follow India VIX on a standalone basis. Okay, Arun is saying, should we delete Telegram now? Yes, sir, you can delete Telegram because we have moved to social now, and I think social is the best way to communicate with us. So follow social, and Telegram, we want to get out of Telegram because that's not the best practice, because we want to build a community. We don't want to be a platform which is just feeding ideas in your mind. We have done this earlier because we wanted to start with that, but now that social is built, I would advise, I will suggest, I will request all of you to please come on social platform. Okay, Tirth Gandhi, what a beautiful name you have. Tirth Gandhi. Tirth is also beautiful, and Gandhi is obviously very beautiful because of Bapu. How to select the time frame, like for small swings, long swings, and intraday? Very simple. For small swings, 2-hourly. For long swings, daily. For intraday, RS is not the right model. For intraday 15 minutes chart and pure price action. That's what I would always recommend. That's the best way. You may add super trend if you want to do it on intraday, but not. Okay, Praveen Bhai is asking, I want it on iPhone, please. Obviously, you will get an iPhone. It is already submitted to Apple, and you know how Apple does these days. It takes a lot of time to approve, but I hope we will be able to approve it. Okay, Karan Preet Singh is asking, talked about the TL enhanced volume. But TL enhanced volume is, what they do is, TL stands for Traders Line. It's a big organization in US who trades and who develops these tools. Simple. If it is green, that means a lot of buying has happened on these candles. Okay, and if it is this blue, that means reasonable buying has happened, and if it is pink, that means selling has happened. They color code this based on historical volumes in buying or selling. Okay, so don't go into the logic, just follow this. Green is significant buying, blue is reasonable buying, pink is selling. Okay, Kunal Motwani is saying export coverage in scan required. Yes, we will be doing that. How to exit long term, like retirement portfolio, child portfolio? So Tushar, we have very valid question. Ideally, long term, we ideally don't exit, because if we have participated in the right stock, we should hold on to it forever. But if you still want to exit, look at weekly and daily chart. And if in weekly chart, if RS starts going down, it goes below zero, then you may exit. Okay. Sir, should I look at trend of RS, support, resistance, etc.? You can look at the support and resistance of RS, can also add a layer of filtering, but I don't do it. But if you do it and you are successful, please do share with me so that I can also use that learning for my purpose. Can we take an entry in Greaves Cottage now? Ajay is asking. Okay, let me just check. Okay, so this is Greaves Cotton chart. So if you are in for long swing, yes, you can enter, okay, because it's still strong. If it is for short swing, do not enter. Okay, so if you enter here, you should be mentally prepared that you may see some price correction further, and this RS may remain here for some time. Okay, but chances that this stock will recover and go up is high. Okay, but if you are for a short swing, that means you want to be 100% sure that it will go up, then wait for this to go above zero and super trend to become positive, then enter. That means if the price crosses 155, then most likely super trend will become positive, and RS may take some time, depending upon the time it takes to cross 155. Okay, so to answer your question, yes, if you have the risk appetite of holding on it for a longer time frame. By the way, this is one of my stocks which I had position earlier, but I exited, and now I'm waiting for this stock to show strength again before I re-enter the stock. I'm your premium member of StockEdge. Can you include commodity segment also? Abhishek is asking. Thanks for your feedback. I will give this feedback to my team. Right now, we are not focusing on commodities, equity only, but definitely we'll try to work out. Sandeep is saying how to truly automate scanning for entry and exit. Well, for entry and exit, I don't think so. Automation is the right strategy. Please give yourself some credit and try to plan your entry and exit based on price behavior. You will generate extra return, Sandeep, if you can judge that price behavior. Okay. Oh my God, there are so many questions today. I think how many members are there today? So we have 250 people live today. Oh, that's why we have so many questions. Let me try to pick more questions. Sunit is asking my view on Pidilite. Okay, so let's do Pidilite. Okay. Okay, so see what has happened in Pidilite. Now the stock has gone into negative RSO. So I will exit this stock. Okay, fundamentally maybe great stock, fundamentally fantastic story, but the fact that RS has gone below zero, I will exit. If suppose RS, the stock goes up and it takes RS again above zero, then I will re-enter. Typically, chances that the stock will go up is when it crosses this zone, which is 2250. So I will exit for the time being and re-enter only when RS goes above zero. That means the stock goes above 2250. So let me put a 2450. Let me put a alert here. So add alert. So whenever it crosses that, I will get an alert from TradingView. All right. So right now I'm exiting the stock. Deep is saying that, so please add super trend positive scan in StockEdge along with super trend reversal scan. I think we do have it. Let me just check. Go to Ashita. I'm taking a session. मैं आपको 5-10 मिनट करता हूँ. Online session चल रहा है. Let me see price scan. Let me see technical scan. Super trend. Yeah, super trend signal changing to buy, super trend signal changing to sell, super trend. So these are basically outliers. So whenever anything unusual will happen, these scans will tell you that these stocks are traded near such important levels. These are good scans, which gives you outliers actions. What you wanted, please add super trend positive scan. Okay, which means you want a complete list of stocks where super trend is positive. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take a note on your request. Okay, Anilji is asking Vivek ji your view on Oro Pharma. Okay, let's go for Oro Pharma. See, the beauty of RS is that the moment you see that the RS has gone below zero, which is around this price level, you exit. And you know how much money you would have saved? So my view is still that unless you want to play a contrarian fundamental bet on this stock, I will not buy this stock because price action wise, it is a weak stock. You're getting my point now? All of you, did you understand the function of RS? How does it work? Fundamentally, people will say that, oh, it's a great stock, it's a great stock. Maybe it's a great stock, but is price action supporting that? Right now, it is not. And if it doesn't take a support here at around 750 level, and if it goes down further, then again, it's a matter of concern. So RS gives you that perfect setup to enter and exit. Anil is asking, sir, how to decide the RS is going positive? Well, that's the question which I was trying to answer. And that's why I'm using this moving average 55 with RS, so that if a stock is above moving average 55, the chances is that it will go above zero. So that's why I will probably do a slightly before entry in the stock, even though the RS may be below zero. Can you share your view on Tata Chemical? Okay. Tirth asking question on Tata Chemical. So it's pretty much intact. I mean, once it has given that breakout from previous swing high and also high from here, and RS is also strong, there is no reason why you should be worried about this stock. How many stocks should I be holding at one time? Well, it's a good question, Irfan. I hold 30-35 stocks because I can manage the risk. But it's up to you. I mean, start with 5 to 10 and then keep on adding as you want. Anything in trading view to show demand and supply zone? I'm not sure. I have not seen anything. So let's see. Let's search if we have, because people do create. So this guy has created, I don't know how it works. So let's do this in Nifty. Not sure how does it work. I've not checked it. Maybe I'll check it someday and let you know. Could be some indicator. We have to find out. Advise me in Reliance. Amit bhai is asking Reliance. Okay. चलिए Reliance के बारे में बात करते हैं. So the stock ideally should go up because the RS is still hovering around zero, and super trend is also showing buy sign. So I will be long biased, and frankly speaking, I am long biased in Reliance. So I have a vested interest in Reliance because I've been investing in this stock for a long period of time now. Okay, Vishal is a question that there are many stocks shows bullish trend on the monthly chart, but if you see these stocks went down in 200 DMA or RS, how we will stick with stock which will become multi-bagger? Typically, multi-bagger good stocks, their RS doesn't go below zero, typically. So the best way to stick to those stocks is to stick to your RS model. And if the stock goes down and RS also goes down along with it in hurry, then you have to exit. That's the best model which I have developed over a period of last 7 to 8 years, that if a stock is strong, then there is no reason why you should be worried of not holding them. Yeah, Subham is saying you can use pivot. Yeah, pivot can be used for demand and supply zone. Yeah, pivot is quite effective. Okay, Abbas is saying that what to do when we buy any stock breakout and it turns out to be false one. Should we exit immediately or wait for RS super trend to give exit signal in 2 hourly chart for short swing? Very good question. So typically what I do is that I have entered, I have entered a stock based on super trend and RS, right? So I don't follow a stop loss model. For me, when RS goes below zero, then I will exit. But if you are following the stop loss model, then you execute the stop loss. As simple as that. It totally depends upon what you are doing and how you are doing. Sorry, my speaker just suddenly went out of action. So I hope I answered my question. Sorry, this was asked by, I forgot the name. I'm so sorry. I hope I have answered the question that if your model has stop loss, then let the stop loss get hit. Okay, this was Abhas, yeah. And if your model is not stop loss driven, if it is based on super trend and RS, then that should be your clear. So my model is not price based stop loss, it is more of RS and super trend which it decides me to exit the stock. I think there are so many questions. It's practically not possible for me to answer all the questions. I'm very sorry if I have not been able to answer your questions. I'm very sorry from the bottom of my heart. And I love the fact that you have so many questions and you believe that I deserve attention. So what you can do is, if you're part of StockEdge Club, StockEdge Social is a platform where you can tag me and ask questions. And I have 15 team members in StockEdge Social who are there to answer your questions. So we will not let it go. We will answer your question and make sure that you are responded properly. In case you still feel you want to connect with me, vivek@stockers.com is my email ID. Feel free to connect with me with your query. Stock specific, I will not reply over email, but happy to answer if you have any career oriented or any strategy oriented discussion you want to make. And if you are a TMP member, then you anyways are connected with me over WhatsApp. So feel free to ask me question. I will reply as per my pleasure. And people who are StockEdge premium members, you have seen how we are working. You have seen us. You have seen our experience. Please do join StockEdge family and take subscription of StockEdge Club. You will not be disappointed with your first year of investment. And I'm sure you will renew after you see the conduct of our company. Thank you so much for attending this session. Friday is always special when I get to see you, when I get to meet you. Keep smiling. Market is here. Market will bother us. No problem. Just keep smiling because थोड़े पैसे आएंगे, थोड़े लगेंगे, आएंगे लगेंगे. नेट में हम लोग अपना लाइफ में पैसा कमाएंगे शेयर बाजार से, क्योंकि हमको पता है exactly what we are doing. So there is no reason for us to be worried about market. Maybe you came late, maybe you lost money initially. Not to worry. Set the process correct. This is where we are. Everything will be fine. So let's be optimistic and let's be positive in life. Stay in touch. Take care. Thank you so much for attending this session. Have a good words about us outside. Send me some nice tweets on Twitter, nice smiles, some feedback, something which you like about us @my Twitter. Do tag my handle. And thank you so much for spending this precious time with us. Thank you, Swati, for being there and listening to this chit chat every Friday. Bye-bye.